First, on Late Nighter. We can only guess it's not every day that Lorne Michaels gets pitched a sketch by a sitting United States senator. But that's exactly what happened when Al Franken called in an idea the week. Donald Trump hosted Saturday Night Live in 2015. Franken, an SNL alum who spent 15 years on the show's writing staff, years before being elected to the Senate in 2008, says he reached out to Michaels with a simple concept. Trump's hair is a vast construction site tended by tiny engineers. The sketch that originally emerged from that premise opened with Taran Killam leading a team of miniaturized scientists played by Cecily Strong, Bobby Moynihan, Beck Bennett, and Kenan Thompson on a guided tour of Trump's scalp, complete with orange hair follicles, rising like skyscrapers and a mysterious Nexus staircase. Straight out of an M.C. Escher painting, writers later reworked the piece to center on an elite unit of Defense Department operatives miniaturized to protect Trump's hair during a windy meeting with Vladimir Putin. Though that revised version of the sketch made it as far as dress rehearsal, it was ultimately cut before air, later appearing on YouTube as a cut for time sketch below. Asked about it today, Franken told Late Nighter, "As I recall, I just gave Lorne the premise for a sketch in which Trump's hair is depicted as a construction site. So I had no part in writing this sketch and never saw it until now. I understand why it was cut, although Trump's performance in it, as you can tell, is brilliant." In an extraordinary revelation first uncovered by Late Nighter, former U.S. Senator and Saturday Night Live alum Al Franken has shared rare insights into a unique moment behind the scenes of one of the show's most talked about episodes. The story centers around a pitch Franken made to SNL creator Lorne Michaels during the tumultuous 2015 season, when then presidential candidate Donald Trump was hosting the show, a performance that would become one of the most scrutinized in recent memory. A surprising pitch to SNL's creator. It's not every day that a sitting senator reaches out to Lorne Michaels with a sketch idea, but Franken's history with SNL and his comedic background set the stage for an unusual collaboration. Franken, who spent 15 years on the show's writing staff before embarking on a successful political career, decided to contact Michaels after observing the buzz surrounding Trump's hosting gig. "I called Lorne one week and pitched him a simple idea," Franken recalls. "It was about Trump's hair. I thought it would be funny to depict it as a construction site with tiny engineers working furiously to maintain the chaos on his head. The concept was playful, absurd, and pointedly satirical, perfect ingredients for SNL's comedic style." The sketch that could have been the original premise took viewers on a whimsical tour of Trump's scalp, led by Taran Killam portraying a scientist guiding a team of miniature engineers. The cast included Cecily Strong, Bobby Moynihan, Beck Bennett, and Kenan Thompson, all playing tiny scientists navigating the orange-hued landscape of Trump's hair. The scene was a visual spectacle. Orange hair follicles rising like skyscrapers, intricate tunnels, and even a mysterious staircase reminiscent of M.C. Escher's impossible architecture. The sketch aimed to satirize Trump's often flamboyant hairstyle, transforming it into an elaborate construction site teeming with activity. Franken described the initial idea as a fun, visual gag that played on the absurdity of Trump's hair, turning it into a mini cityscape, a political twist, Defense Department operatives, and international diplomacy. As the writing process continued, the sketch was reworked to include a more elaborate narrative. Writers envisioned an elite unit of Defense Department operatives, miniaturized to protect Trump's hair during a tense meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin. The scene would have depicted these tiny operatives working against the clock to prevent a hypothetical catastrophe, a satirical nod to the political tensions of the era. This revised version of the sketch was sophisticated and layered with political satire, capturing the tensions between diplomacy and chaos. It was polished enough to reach dress rehearsal, a significant milestone indicating the sketch's high potential for the live broadcast. The cut and its aftermath. Despite the effort and creativity poured into the sketch, it was ultimately cut from the live broadcast. Franken, who no longer had a hand in the final edit, told Late Nighter, "As I recall, I just gave Lorne the premise for a sketch in which Trump's hair is depicted as a construction site. I had no part in writing the final version and never saw it until now." He added, "I understand why it was cut." The show was under incredible pressure at that time, and with Trump as the host, every sketch was scrutinized heavily. But I have to say, Trump's performance in the sketch, as you can tell from the rehearsal footage that eventually leaked, was brilliant in its own way. It was a parody that captured his persona perfectly. larger than life, chaotic, and self-assured. Why was it cut? The decision to cut the sketch remains a mystery. Some speculate it was due to time constraints, concerns about the political impact, or the desire to avoid offending the guest host. Others believe the sketch might have been deemed too risque or too abstract for the live audience. Regardless, the sketch's existence and Franken's role in its conception shed light on the creative process behind one of the most controversial SNL episodes, a rare glimpse into SNL's creative process. Franken's revelations offer a rare peek into the behind-the-scenes negotiations, creative brainstorming, and political considerations that influence SNL's content. It underscores how sketches can evolve, be cut, or shelved altogether, often for reasons beyond the audience's awareness. Lorne is a master at balancing comedy with the realities of live TV, Franken noted. Sometimes sketches that seem promising don't make it to air, but they still serve as a testament to the intense creativity and political commentary happening behind the scenes. Reflections on Trump's hosting and SNL's role in political discourse. Trump's hosting in 2015 remains a landmark moment for SNL, blending comedy with political commentary at a time of heightened national tension. The show's writers and performers grappled with how to satirize a figure who was simultaneously a celebrity, businessman, and presidential candidate. Franken's sketch idea exemplifies the satirical ingenuity that SNL is known for. Had it been aired, it might have added another layer to the cultural critique of Trump's persona, emphasizing the chaos and spectacle associated with his tenure. Today, Franken reflects on that period with a mix of nostalgia and insight. It's fascinating to think about what might have been, he says. SNL has always been a reflection of the political and cultural climate, and sometimes sketches that don't make it on air become part of the broader conversation in ways we never anticipated. While the sketch was ultimately shelved, Franken's candid account reminds us of the complex, often unpredictable nature of live comedy and political satire. It also highlights the creative energy that fuels SNL, where even ideas that don't reach the screen contribute to the show's enduring legacy. As the political landscape continues to evolve, one thing remains clear: the spirit of satire, playful, provocative, and sometimes cut short, is a vital part of America's cultural dialogue. And thanks to Franken's openness, we now have a rare glimpse into an intriguing chapter of that ongoing story.